everyone, Comic Reviewer here, and this time reviewing on Get Him to the Greek. Now, Get Him to the Greek is a 2010 American comedy film that is meant to be a kind of spin-off sequel from the 2008 film Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and was directed by the same guy, Nolan Scroller, who also directed the kind of spin-off sequel. And the premise of the movie is meant to be about Aaron Green, who, played by Jonah Hill, known for playing Hal in Megamind and also in Sausage Party, is meant to be this kind of guy who has a girlfriend, Daphne, who is kind of this, like, nurse working at the hospital, and pretty much is shown to be, like, abused and kind of pushed around by his boss, Sergio, who is basically this guy who wants this kind of big sort of event to save his company. And so, pretty much after listening to his idea, and after being contacted by a famous British singer known as Aldous Snow. And pretty much throughout the journey, we see basically Aaron and Aldous going on misadventures, while at the same time both of them having a certain opinion about themselves. I would say Aaron is supposed to kind of be this more reasonable, trying to get Aldous to kind of get to the Greek in time, which is meant to be the place for his 10-year anniversary concert. And the point of Aldous is that he's meant to be this once famous but now down on his luck musician after basically releasing the failure song African Child that was a big commercial failure. And when he basically asks the question to Aaron, why do people think his songs are shit, I don't think that. I think it's the fact they just want to remind him of his big screw-up. And when you look at it, if he had better writers, had he had someone to look at the song lyrics and someone to kind of listen to the song, maybe this could have been avoided. And it's like looking at Nostalgia Critic when he did his video on The Wall, or it's kind of like when you look at Irate Gamer or Angry Video Game, basically Game Dude, when they tried to release their videos without thinking how it was going to react to. And the point of basically Aldous is that he's meant to be down on his luck, basically his girlfriend's left him, and he's kind of this, like, big emotional wreck. And throughout it, we see how people are quick to use him, manipulate him, and basically to sink him lower. Because when you've got the Today Show, it's clear that they're just using him as a promotional material and to make him sink even lower by playing the song African Child, showing that they don't care what happens to Aldous when he basically is going to be hated more in the crowd. And I think the point of Aaron is that you can tell he wants to kind of use this as his big break, and at the same time does have a difficult relationship with Daphne, and after a misunderstanding leads to a certain fiasco. And when looking at Get Him to the Greek, it does have an important moral, mostly about being careful of finding yourself, but also trying to think of what you want to write or do before any unnecessary problems kick in. And what's interesting is that you do see the character Sharon Marshall appearing in a kind of TV commercial, which Aldous sort of listens to and sort of reference it from the kind of other film Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And I have to admit, it's interesting to see a lot of famous singers coming into this movie. Mainly you've got Pink, Christina Aguilera, you've also got basically from the Today Show, like Meredith Luzavin, And what's interesting is that you even had in the deleted scenes Katy Perry, who at the time was still married to Russell Brand. And I would say what was interesting about the movie, its moral is definitely there, and it's amazed how long 10 years have been. I think with Gimme to the Greek, it does point out that both Aaron and Aldous are two of a kind, but you can tell they have a different views of life. Like Aaron basically wanting to make things right with his girlfriend Daphne, and I think the point of Aldous was meant to make him realise that people still cared about him, and so did his fans. I think sometimes when you're writing or kind of making that one thing that you think was not going to be good, it's important to learn from it and kind of fix on it. So I think somewhere Getting to the Greek left an important message, played its guitar, and left an impact. So it definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.